for having me here. It's such a delight to be here among our Seventh-day Adventist brothers and sisters. Of course, those online, thank you for having me. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about something that's really, really important in the lives of our individuals. Again, I'm Vernon, and I am the owner of From the Inside Out School Etiquette. I work with entrepreneurs. I'm a coach for entrepreneurs. I'm an author and also the owner of Youth Empowerment Village, as Pastor Gordon alluded to, where we teach young people how to be master communicators. So it's absolutely my honor to be here to and to talk to you about this subject called Still I Rise. Still I Rise. We are so broken from this pandemic, and we're going to talk about that. COVID-19 has pretty much stressed us out. Would you agree? Yeah, it's pretty much stressed us out, and it has cost us financial loss, which is something we will talk about extensively today. It has cost us our jobs, and so many are desperately seeking a job, trying to fill the financial hole that's in their home. It has cost us, some of us have received that foreclosure notice. We're not going to talk about it with others, but that is what's happening. That is the reality of what's going on in society today. And unfortunately, it's a global society that's dealing with all these issues. So the question is, how do I get out of this financial hole? Some of us feel like we're actually in a hole. How do I find ways to make money now? Not a year from now, not 6 months from now, but now. How do I find a way to make money? And what are the different practical ways to access funds? We want to know the practical ways to access funds. So we're going to talk about it. Here's one that's really, really simple. And some of you may say, oh, I didn't even think of that. Sell items from your home. That's one of the most practical things that you can do as soon as you get home. Let's talk about it. You may sell your old tablets, your iPod, your smartphone. Believe it or not, I had an outdated smartphone. We sold it, my sister sold it on eBay for $400 just for that outdated smartphone. People will pay for what you feel is rubbish. They will buy it, okay? You may have your iPod, any electronics. People love electronics. Slightly worn clothes or shoes for you and your children. People are looking for those because if you would agree with me, everything is costly now more than ever before, even food. Everything has risen. So people are looking for deals. Ladies, you have all those purses, those Coach purses, those Prada, all of those purses that you really, really can sell to make some money. Furniture that's worth selling. I'm just giving you some ideas. Antiques, collectibles, all those collectibles that you have at home that serving you nothing, no good, go ahead and sell them. Now, I'm the type of person who do provide solutions, but I also want to make sure that you have the resources and the know-it-all to accomplish these goals and these tasks that I'm recommending. Oh, by the way, even if you have books, I know some of us have books. People are always looking for books to read. Now, where do you sell these items? Grab a pen, please, pen and paper, because I'm about to give you some information that you definitely need to write. This is very important. Where do you sell all of these items? Because these are things that can actually bring money into your home immediately. We're going to deal with the practicals first, so grab your pen and paper. First of all, if you're selling electronics, head over to Gazelle.com. Gazelle.com. That's Gazelle.com. Or Usell.com. That's Usell.com. If you're selling clothes, head over to Poshmark. POSHMARK.com. Poshmark will provide the opportunity for you to sell your clothes, or threadup.com. THRED.com. If you're selling furniture, head over to Cherish, ISH.com. If you're selling books or collectibles, head over to bookscouter.com. Books, COUTER.com. Those are the areas or the websites that you can enter, and you can actually sell your products on these websites. People are willing to pay for the things that you feel may not be valuable to you. So don't underestimate the items that are in your home, because they can make cash for you immediately. They could actually pay your mortgage, pay your rent. So don't hoard everything. It's time for us to find the items in our home and say, this can go, this can go, yes, this can go. I don't need this. I haven't used this in a year. I haven't worn this in a year. It can go. It's still nice, but it can be sold. Head over to these websites and sell these products. Don't hoard your items if they can help you. And of course, our good old eBay. You can sell anything on eBay, right, Pastor? Anything on eBay. So head over there. Now, let's continue. We want to also establish an e-commerce account. Now, I know we have some young at heart who are just not necessarily tech savvy. Grab some of those young people. Allow them to sell these items online for you. Or you can easily learn how to do it. Just head over to YouTube, type in, learn how to sell on eBay, and you'll have a video to show you. But in order for you to sell these items, you definitely want to have an e-commerce system where they're able to send you the money electronically. All right? So e-commerce is buying and selling of goods and services. And so we want to make sure that you're set up for that. You can set up an account on PayPal. That's absolutely free to set up the account. Of course, once you receive funds, PayPal may take like 2.3% or something like that, and they keep the books for you. They keep your statements and records, so that's fine. You can either receive funds via Zelle. That's a secured way of receiving your funds. Many people Zelle on a daily basis. And worst case scenario, Cash App. I don't highly recommend Cash App in these transactions because you just really don't have the history on Cash App, and you don't get the statements and so forth. But allow Cash App to be your last resort. But that is a way to receive your funds when you've sold all of these items. So make sure you head over to PayPal, Zelle, or Cash App and create it, okay? Create your account. Another thing we can do, which is very practical, dig in those drawers and redeem those cards you have. Some of us have $25 gift certificate, $50 gift certificate. Some of us don't even remember we have these gift certificates. So all we need to do is cash in on those mileage you have for traveling prior to the pandemic. We have cash in our pockets and we don't even know it. Those Visa cards, those MasterCards that you use to purchase those plane tickets a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, that you never cashed in, you can do it now. It's your money. In addition, if you need to purchase anything on Amazon, if you have your MasterCard or Visa that has mileage on it, Amazon now ties them together and gives you cash towards your purchase. So there are times you can go on Amazon and purchase something and it costs you nothing because you've cashed in your points from your cards. So keep in mind, there's so many different ways for you to make money now. There's so many different ways for you to purchase your necessary items now without it being an expense to you. Let's keep going. All right. So another thing that we can do, besides selling all of our items, because the main focus today of this workshop is to get us out of that rut of the financial hole or the financial challenges we're having and rise in spite of the issues. This day and time, we have no control over employment. Am I correct? Am I correct? We go into work and we hope they don't lay us off. Well, not me. Okay? That's the fear these days. Am I going to be laid off? Are they going to downsize? Am I going to be a statistic? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I highly advise you to head toward becoming an independent contractor or do your own business. While you're working that 9 to 5, that is not secured. You have limited control. You have limited income because they dictate to you how much you will make. It's time for some of us to arouse that dream or those goals we've had embedded in us, that the Lord is nudging you and saying, it's time. And you're like, no, because I know that I'm getting a check on Friday. If I go on my own, I'm not sure. But that is where you've got to have faith. Just about everyone who's started a business stepped out on faith, whether they want to admit it or not. So sometimes our 9-to-5ers have got to listen to that little voice where the Holy Spirit is telling you, it's time to step out. It's time to jump. But that fear is keeping you back. I rebuke that fear in the name of Jesus, because it's designed to keep you back. So here are some ideas. Sharing your skills and your expertise, which can segue you into becoming your own boss. And that should be our goal, to be our own boss one day, all right? So if you're an accountant, a lawyer, a mechanic, home health care, if you're a counselor, mental health is huge right now. There should be no reason a counselor should be working under somebody's clock, unless you're just trying to get experience to very soon step out on your own and have your own firm. Child counseling, teen counseling, marriage counseling. Pastor, you can agree. That is a huge issue right now because the pandemic has hit every area of our lives. If you're a computer geek, tech geek, bookkeeper, administrator, a manager, HR, organizer, believe it or not, people are paying others to come in and organize their home, organize their life. You would not believe how many items and how many businesses are successful online and in person because people they don't know what to do. So they're asking you to come in and fix whatever their problem is. So whatever your expertise is, whatever your skill is, it's kind of time for you to make it work for you and not just make it work for the man. All right, so let's talk about graphic designers. We have so many of our young people who have gone into graphic designing. We've got to teach them, you can be a freelance designer instead of telling them, go get a job that they may lose in a few months. While you're getting that job, while you're working, work on freelance so you could eventually leave that system and have your own business. You can be your own creative person. All right, so what I want us to do is start thinking about stepping away from that 9 to 5 that is so unstable in this time and move on to where you and the Lord can conduct your own business. Does that sound good? All right, so here's something that's on a rise, becoming a virtual assistant. Does anybody know about VAs, virtual assistant? Yeah. Okay, so I have 3 businesses, and I have virtual assistants that I've hired. I have one in Pakistan, one in Afghanistan, another in the Philippines. They speak great English. They are phenomenal and diligent workers. I communicate with them via Zoom, via Upworks, which is where I hired them from, via WhatsApp. They're amazing individuals. And the reason, Pastor, that I've hired them is because their salary is way low compared to if I'd hired someone in America. I'm not saying outsource all of your business out of the country. I'm just saying that there are resources, there are individuals out there with expertise that can help you. One of the individuals focused totally on YouTube ads and optimizing my videos, making sure all of my videos are beautiful on YouTube, making sure they have the end screens, making sure everything that is required to maximize and to leverage these videos are on YouTube. Another one focuses on Facebook and Facebook ads and the copy for Facebook ads and all of that. Stuff that I don't really know about, but I outsource it. The young lady in the Philippines, she takes care of my constant contact. She creates my newsletter. She creates my blogs. All of that stuff is done, and it is not expensive. So hey, that's my cousin. So when you have a business, don't be afraid to outsource and say, okay, I need her, I need this person, I need that person to do something, because you can't do everything. So let's keep it moving. So become a subcontractor on, here again, grab your pen, Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. Anything you need for your business, there's an expert on Fiverr. Another one, Upworks.com. Upworks, just like it sounds, .com. There you can find long-term employees or short-term employees. Flex jobs. That's another place you can find long-term and short-term. And Indeed.com. All of these places have VAs, we call them VAs, virtual assistants, to make sure that your business flows and to make sure that you capitalize on every opportunity you have. And last but not least, peopleperhour.com. The top two are Fiverr and Upworks. And they are reliable sources. They have been vetted before they're hired. And you can read the reviews and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, you no longer have to run a business by yourself, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Okay? Brittany, you bake. You need to have a VA to advertise your baking company, advertise your banana breads. Okay? It's easy as 1, 2, 3. You head over there and you hire them, and they're not okay. When I say they're not expensive, I mean like $5 an hour, $7 an hour. This is what's going on Fiverr and Upworks. If you want a logo, $25 for a logo. A website, probably $100. These are the offers that are on these sites. So don't underestimate them. Another thing that we can do to make money, whatever your expertise is, create a masterclass online. Everyone wants to learn something. I have an online, matter of fact, I have a couple online courses. One, I teach individuals how to build a business from the very beginning, establishing their LLC, nonprofit, whatever, to launching their business and marketing beyond. That class is totally a self-paced class online. You go on that line, take module by module by module, and you learn how to do whatever you need to do. This is what's going on. People are online, and this nature has been established since the pandemic. all people had was access to online, especially when we had the lockdown. So folks, make sure that whatever your expertise is, explore the idea of creating an online class, a master class, okay? Launch it, create your own class, create a self-paced course, make videos of every step to take to accomplish their goals. Make videos. That's how you create an online course. And of course, you can talk with me more in detail after this, or we can ask questions. Provide resources to complete those master classes, and be detailed and give value. People are looking for value. Whatever you have to offer, make sure it's valuable to a certain demographic in society. Not just because you want to. You want to make sure that whatever you're selling is of value. So sell on social media, sell on Google, sell on YouTube. I think you see where I'm going. Everyone is online. Whether you're selling items or you're running a business, everyone is online. And before you start your business, it's always good to do research, to find out what your competitors are charging, to find out what they're doing online, because that's really important. You definitely don't want to have a price that's outrageous and your competitor next door, their price is much lower than yours. Then you've got to prove to me why I should come to you, purchase your product. What is it that's so important or so special about your product for me not to go back to this individual where I'm saving $10, $20? So understanding your competitors and doing research is extremely important when you're launching a business. Another thing we want to do is contact our city hall to see what kind of assistance they have, not only for your business, but for your home. I know, for example, the city of Lauderhill has paid so many individuals rent. Millions of dollars rent. Some of these cities do have assistance for rent, for mortgage, of course for purchasing. But we have to tap into the resources to make sure that we access them because they're there for us. So contact your city hall. Find out, what do you have? Do you have assistance for my light bill? Do you have assistance for groceries? It doesn't matter what it is. Don't be afraid to ask for assistance. And here's the last thing that I'm going to say about this part of it, the practical, is sometimes we have to sit down and redo our budget. Yeah, sometimes we need to take a look at our budget. For example, your cable bill could be through the roof for no reason. All you have to do is take a look at it and say, oh, I don't need this. That's $9.99 a month. I don't need this. I don't need this. We need to revisit our bills and take a look at the details. What we're trying to do here, ladies and gentlemen, is rise in spite of the obstacles. What we're trying to do is put money in our pockets, money in our homes, so we can support ourselves and our families. And the cable company, Comcast, definitely don't need your extra dollars. You do, all right? So check your phone bill, your cell phone bill. There's so many features on the cell phone bill that you don't know you have and you're paying for, and you don't really need it. So revisit it. Your internet bill, revisit it. You never know. Be more intentional when you go shopping. Be more intentional when you go shopping. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Be more intentional when you're shopping. Check your grocery bill. Go with a list for your groceries. Don't just purchase food from here, there, and everywhere. And cook more at home. That's an idea. Some people don't like to cook, but cook more at home. Here's something that's really important. Cancel your PureFlix and your Netflix and watch YouTube. probably Hulu. We're talking about saving money. And that's what we have to do. Find ways to lower your everyday and monthly expenses. Sometimes we get so caught up into, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. We forget to check certain things that can make a really big difference in our budget and our finances. So redo your budget. Redo your budget. Entrepreneurs, do we have any entrepreneurs or business owners? All right, one. One lowly soul. All right, so entrepreneurs, business owners, it's time to pivot. And that's something that's a word that's widely used these days for entrepreneurs and business owners. We have to pivot because of COVID. We have to pivot because of the position the pandemic has placed us in. So it's very important for those of you online who are entrepreneurs and business owners that we don't sit back and just watch others excel. And that's an epidemic. We are just sitting back, some of us are just sitting back and watching others excel and don't have an idea of how to move forward. Well, here's something. If you have if you have a land component business, it's important for you to have an online component business. Just like you sell something to someone at arm's length, you need to have that same item, same product, same services available online. That's where it's going to be the money. If you're selling something here to our locals, you need to sell it online to the global. Does everybody get what I'm saying? And so you have to create a system where everything you're selling in person is sold online so that you can double that income, so that you can capitalize on the online service. And be sure to have your business on social media. If you have a business now and it is not on social media, I don't mean on your personal page. I mean, if it doesn't have its own social media pages, you're cutting yourself off at the knee. Because there is so much money out there. If people can really focus on your business and see that you're consistent, that's the word. We've got to consistently post valuable content. Sir, back there, the gentleman who says that he has a business, what's the nature of your business, sir?